later, I promise. Okay? Part 1. Chapter 1. How the world loves a party, particularly one in honour of a great age attained. Some of the guests, being quite as old and impatient as their hostess, have arrived early, with enormous boxes of chocolates and expressions of defiance. Every time the intercom buzzes, Marina or her mother has to rush over to let them in. It would have been easier to have left the street doors open, but the residents of Westminster Court are security conscious, for reasons of their own. Here, in the barely respectable depths of Bayswater, some stranger tries to gain admittance once or twice a night. It is better to be sure, and so the doors are shut. In any case, downstairs in Flat 2, the noise is incredible. Everyone is eating, smoking, gossiping. They are not thinking about unwelcome visitors. The guests who hurry in from the shabby street in the drizzle do not, at first sight, look as though they could possibly be the source of so much noise. If you had happened to come across them as they took their cold constitutionals in Hyde Park this afternoon, they would have seemed perfectly normal elderly Londoners, looking forward to a quiet night in with a cup of tea and a chop and the Radio Times. At least, that is how they think they seem. But come a little closer. Darling is their usual form of address. Are not their hand gestures a little more extravagant than those found in Surrey, their eyebrows more dramatic, their hair swept back like something from Nosferatu? They seem both more formal and more exuberant than you might expect, as if you had wandered into a theatre dressing room of the 1950s, not a cramped West London basement flat. Their bags contain poppy seed pastries as long as your forearm, velvet-packed pralines, smuggled by fur-wrapped pensioners on the overnighter from Bern. Their perfume smells like the air in 100 department stores. What are they speaking? Nothing you know. No rolled R's or recognizable sounds, but either an entirely impenetrable language, megmásíthatatlan, örökké valóság, or a distorted English, full of dactyls which dust familiar words, Piccadilly, or washing machine, or indeed, Westminster Court, with snow and fur and darkness. Oh, Hungarian. Now it all makes sense. So where is little Marina, granddaughter of the house? Is she sitting humbly at the feet of a dashing octogenarian? Is she having her hand kissed by a young accountant, being complimented on her embroidered apron? She was here a minute ago, beautifully dressed for the party, not perhaps in the height of fashion, but in the circumstances. Besides, she is always so polite, such a credit to her relatives. Very strange. Where has she gone? Boldog születésnapot! Happy birthday, cry the guests to Rózsi. Kezét csókolom. I kiss your hand. Some of them actually do it. There is also a great deal of cheek kissing, the very young led by the hand to pay homage to the elderly. Yoy, darling, I remember you when you were so high. These people make the French look reserved, the English costive. And at the centre of this kissing, cheek-pinching maelstrom are tonight's hostesses. 2 of the generations resident in this little flat, 3 old women and an abandoned wife. Marina, known tonight as Morinaka, or Maza, to rhyme with Potsa, is in charge of coats. Furs and sheepskin and macintoshes already fill the hall cupboards. The twin beds in her great-aunt's room lie buried under a sea of headwear, although they are far from the endless steppe. Nevertheless, the piles of protective outer garments keep growing, berets and fedoras, gloves like warm leather claws. The air stinks of tuberose, caraway and garlic, the universal scent of Central European hospitality. But Marina is not hospitable. After only an hour, her skin is tender with cheek pinchings. She has been match-made, prodded and instructed beyond endurance, and the night is young.